welcome back to my channel. So for today's video I'm gonna make this, and it's basically a wine glass but in a showpiece way. So let's get started. And guys, so I'm using a plastic bottle for this piece, so you can easily find this bottle at your home. And then I'll just take a cutter and cut this part off. Then again I'll use my tweezers and give a hole in the shape over here, as you can see. Once that is done, I'll use this newspaper and I'll just use this brush as a base and I'll make a coiling out of it. Okay, so once that is done, I'll use my glue and just stick it out. So this is what I get right now, as you can see. Now I'll use my hot glue gun and I'll just stick this in the hole. Okay, so once this is done, I'll use this cardboard. It's a thick cardboard and I'll make a circle in that as well and then stick the stand. So once that is done, now for the decorative part, I'm using these white card paper cutouts, and it's basically 3 different sizes of leaves. So you have to stick that and then you have to keep on sticking it with hot glue gun. So the first big ones will go for the first, and then the second one will be a little bit smaller, and the third line will be the smallest. So like that you have to do that, and you have to cover this glass. Alright, now for the second line, of course a little bit smaller leaf. So guys, now for the very smallest one, it's the last line. So I'm using the very small leaves I made over here, and basically I have to cover this cap of the bottle, and that's what I'm doing over here. Alright, so now the other leaves as well, I'll use my pencil and I'll give them the shape, and then I'll start sticking it on the base. So now that is done, I'll take my white card paper again and I'll just make a circle first. After making the circle, I'll start cutting it from the middle, making a swirl. And then I'll cut the sharp edges and I'll start cutting this into this flower shape. Alright, so once that is done, I'll again use my pencils and I'll give the shape, and once this is done, I'll start making the rose, and I'll show you how you can make rose with cut paper. You can also use paper instead, but I wanted it to be little thick, so I'm using cut paper, and I'll just keep on folding it like this, not very hard, and then I'll just leave it slightly so that it can take its shape, and then I'll stick it with the hot glue gun. So this is the roses I'm talking about, and once that is done, I'll stick these 3 roses on one side of the glass on the leaves. You can stick as many as you want. So once these 3 are done, now I'll start using my paste, and this is basically the paste which I showed you in my previous video. So if you don't know, you can go and check that out. It's just some talcum powder, glue and water mixed, and it's just a paste, and once it gets dried, it will look something very beautiful. So you can use this cone and create beautiful different designs. So now I'll give these designs and these lines on the leaves as well, and you can do that same thing. Okay, so once this is done, now let's keep it for dry, and ta-da! After it gets dried, you can use the sandpaper and scrub it off so that it can give you a smooth surface to work on, and once that is done, this is what it looks like. Make sure you scrub it very lightly with soft hands and do not put much pressure, So once that is done, let's start painting. So for the glass, I'm painting it with red acrylic paint. You can of course use fabric paint instead. And then I'm painting this part completely black. And after it's painted black, I'll show you how you can give that metal beautiful silver effect. And first of all, you have to of course paint this completely black. So again, using acrylic paint, you can also use fabric paint instead. Now I'll take this bowl and I'll put some glue over here, then a very little amount of water, and once that is done, now over here I'm using this silver acrylic dust, and then I'll just mix it up, and then I'll start dabbing it with brush. So on the 3D area where you have actually put the paste of talcum powder, glue and water, you have to dab this beautiful silver metal paint on that, and it will give you an effect of metal of course. So this is what you can see it looks like, and you have to keep doing this on all the black areas. And on the roses as well, you have to do that over there as well. Let's put some on the base as well. And this is what it looks like, guys. After it gets dried, here's the look, and this is the final look of your wine glass slash showpiece. So of course you can use this to gift anyone, or you can put some jewelry inside it, or of course you can use it as a candle holder, or you can just put it in your house corner and use it as a wine glass showpiece. So it was really easy to make, and you can easily use a plastic old bottle for this. So I decided to make this best out of waste for you guys today. So this was it, guys. If you liked it, please make sure you give it a big fat thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, and make sure you hit the bell icon so that whenever I post a new video you will be notified. Till next time, bye bye.